Hello, this is Patrick O'Shea's reading of Curious George Goes Camping by Margaret A. H. Reyes.
Dick!
This is George. He was a good-looking monkey, and always was very curious. This weekend, George and his friend, the man with the yellow hat, had special plans. They were going camping. At the campsite, the man with the yellow had unpacked his fair gear. While George looked at all of the tents, he saw tents for big families, and one just the right size for a puppy. They weren't even tents or wheels. "Would you like to help me put up our tent, George?" the man said.
Sketchy.
George was happy to help. It would not be hard to set up a tent, he thought. It would not be hard to set up a tent, he thought. But it wasn't easy. "George, why don't you fill our bucket with water at the pump?" his friend suggested. "We'll need it by our campfire later, when we roast marshmallows." Marshmallows! George loved marshmallows. He couldn't wait to try them roasted. "Now, don't hurry off and get into trouble," the man warned. But George did not hear him. He was already gone. At the pump, George worked the handle up and down. Soon his bucket was full. On the way back down the trail, he saw a family packed up. George watched a girl pour her bucket of water on a campfire. The fire sizzled. George thought that looked fun. He poured his bucket of water on the next campfire.
Righto, O Shea. Righto.
You need a lighter, boy?
Yeah.
You're always wanting a lighter.
You're always going out to me Lucky Charms.
You shut your mouth with that shit. Fuck you.
Shut that shite you got there, lad.
At the pump, George worked the handle.
the
I already
fuck you
read
did?
this. Aye. He poured his bucket onto the next campfire. "Aye,"
What a
yelled
cunt.
the camper. "We weren't finished with that yet." The camper began to chase George, but George didn't mean to cause trouble. Now he only wanted to hide. He ran into the forest as fast as he could, but the camper's footsteps followed close behind. George ran faster and faster. The footsteps came closer and closer until suddenly they were passing George. Why, it was not the camper chasing George now. It was a deer. What fun to run with a deer, forgetting all about the camper and the marshmallows. George ran after the deer. But a little monkey cannot run as fast as a deer in the woods before long. Where the fuck are you going, Brandon?
Aye.
Brandon, what the fuck are you doing?
Now sit on a record.
George was not lost, and all alone he felt tired and stopped to rest. At first he was worried, but he was very far from camp.
What the fuck?
But there are lots of other animals to keep his company. He saw a lizard running on a rock and a squirrel chattering in a tree. Then he saw the tail of a black and white kitty peeking out from under a bush. He was curious. Would the kitty like to play? George gently pulled the kitty It was not a kitty! It was a skunk! And it was scared. The skunk lifted its tail and sprayed. Phew! The spray smelled awful. The animal tried to get away. George wanted to get away too, but he could not. The smell was all over him. He would ever get... How would he ever get rid of it? This awful smell, he wonders. Too bad he could not take a bath in the woods.
Like I can't.
Then George had an idea. He could wash the smell off of his dick in the creek. George jumped into the cold water. He splashed and scrubbed, but he was smelly. But he was still smelly, and now he was wet too. But what could he do?
You just got each other's to the wall.
I think we should drink a bit more before we finish this, eh?
I'm still drinking.
You shut your mouth.
Shut up, Patty O Shea.
You shut your mouth.
You
put this drink in your mouth and you drink it, you slimy fuck. Here, you drink that, you swine. Oh, you drink that. You drink that, you swine.
Yeah, but I can't.
Ah, yes, you can. Nah, oh, fuck, you made me lose my place. Curious George just got sprayed by a skunk.
What a cunt.
Oh, no. Oh, oh, no. Oh, shit. What's that?
Oh, you're beating a cut now, right?
Oh, I was just seeing if it was 2 o'clock. I might be a little bit fucked. I might be a little fucked. You shut your mouth, Brandon.
You shut your mouth, fucking O Shea.
I'll fuck you up.
You did a book, you little bastard.
George was lost and alone. Oh, we've already been through that. He was lost and alone, and then he found some animals. Oh, of the many animals to keep in company. Oh, the white kitty peeking out. Yes, that's what we were.
Aye, the pointed pussy.
Would the kitty like to play? George gently pulled the kitty out. Yeah, and the kitty was a skunk. The spray smelled awful. The animal tried to get away. George wanted to get away, but he could not. The smell was all over him. How could he ever get this awful smell? He wondered. Too bad he could not take a bath in the woods. Then George had an idea. He could wash the smell off at the creek. George jumped in the cold water. He splashed and scrubbed, but he was still smelled, and now he was wet too. But what could he do? George thought and thought. If he climbed up a tree to dry off, would the smell blow away? Oh no, it would not. No, even dry and high up in the tree, George could not smell better. Poor George. He wished he hadn't wandered so far from the camp. Oh, he wished he were roasting marshmallows with his friends. Suddenly, George heard footsteps heading toward him. Someone is coming. It was the forest animals, but they ran by him. They had seen something scary, and George saw it too. It was fire. Fire! George has gotten into trouble for putting out one fire, but this fire wasn't in the campground. This was an emergency. Quickly, George climbed the tree and grabbed his bucket. He grabbed the bucket. He scooped it full of water in the creek. Oh, he was He was very excited. Then, being careful not to spill, he climbed back up and swung from the branch to branch through the trees. When George got close enough, the fire reached down and poured the water on the fire. Out went the fire with a big hiss. Just then, George's friend rushed out to the fort for a ranger. George, he called. I was afraid you would be here. It's a good thing you were here, George, the ranger said. He saw smoke from the campground. Ah, but you put this fire out in time. George was glad to see. Was glad to get to. George was glad to help, and the man with the yellow hat was glad to see that George was safe. But he had a funny look on his face. George, he asked, what is the smell? It's the skunk. Smell of the skunk. Back at the campsite, George's friend helped him get rid of the awful smell after a strange bath in tomato juice. George smells fine.
George, you never let the yellow man in the hat fucking you up, man.
This story sucks. The story is shit. Fuck this story.
The story's shite.
It's shite. It is fucking shite. What the fuck is this? Hey, this story is shite.
Aye.
Why you make me read this, Brandon? Fuck
Aye.
you. Fuck you, Brandon. Fuck you. Why you make me read this story, Brandon?